night, had the headbutt situation, then apprehended a suspect in Texas and held him till the police came. Now he's got another fight. I mean, this kid ended up being, I like him very much. He and I have become close. He's a special kid. I like him a lot.
And that was kind of my follow-up. Do you ever feel like you should say something to the fighters? Like, I know you guys are fit, you're athletic, you want to go out there and do things, but do you ever try to tell them, hey, maybe if you see a robbery, don't get involved? I mean, I know you guys used to tell him not to go jet skiing and do dangerous things. Yeah. That kind of went out the window, but
stay out of violent crimes. I think it's just, realistically, when you really think about it and you look at our athletes, these guys really are fucking superheroes, man. I mean, they really are. I know this is a weird one to bring up right now, but even John Jones, during the stuff that was going on last year, was walking through Albuquerque and slapping kids and taking spray paint cans out of their hands because they were graffitiing up his town. I mean, these guys really are superheroes in a lot of ways, man. It's cool.
Thanks, dude.
With the retirement of someone who luckily won't be doing exhibition fights, just a quick statement on him, and if he ever was to fight Conor, your thoughts on Pacquiao retiring, and was Pacquiao and Conor ever really going to happen?
What was the question about the exhibition? Had Conor beat Poirier, I know that they were talking about it. I know they wanted to do it. Obviously there was a lot of things that needed to happen for that fight to happen, and they didn't, so it didn't. But I don't know. I don't know if that fight would have ever happened. And did you ask me a question about exhibitions?
Luckily, Pacquiao won't be doing exhibitions.
Exhibitions, yeah.
Just your thoughts on the legend retiring.
I'm not a big fan of exhibitions. It's just it's a bullshit loophole, in the system for guys that shouldn't be fighting to be able to fight, But whatever, man.
And your thoughts on Pacquiao just in general?
I'm a huge fan. Always been a huge fan. I love the guy personally and professionally. He was so fun to watch and accomplished incredible things. And, he also looks like a guy that's going to have an amazing political career one way or the other, now that he's retired. So good for him. Couldn't happen to a better human being.
Thank you, Dana.
Yeah, just last one here. How serious do you take this Henry Cejudo talk of coming back to fight Volkanovski? He said you guys are having a meeting this week.
I don't know. I listen, you're retired, and you've been off all this time, and you want to come back and play Volkanovski and jump the line and, jump over Max and all these other guys that have been there? It's a tough conversation.
Alex says he wants to fight before Jair and Max fight. He's willing to fight even 155ers.
So you think I should do it?
I think it's a fun fight, but I don't call the shots.
What do you think I should do it, is what you're saying?
In my opinion, I think it's a great fight.
So yes.
Yes.
Okay. Take that into consideration.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Good? Thank you guys. Have a good night.
Mic check, mic check.
Mic check, mic check.
Mic check, 1, 2.
Mic check, mic check. Mic check, 1, 2.
Can you hear me now?
Mic check, mic check. Mic check, 1, 2. Can you hear me now?
Alright, fantastic. My girl Bunny, man. Yeah, it'd be dope if I had you on here. It's always real fun to be on this shit with a friend. And my boy Kuku, I texted him today. He ain't hit me up. I'm like, bro, what's good? You being bipolar again? You'll probably be real good at this game too. If you like building, you got building if you like building. They got the guns and shit if you're into shooting. I just really like surviving. I like to see how long I can survive. How many days straight. Someone just invited me to play GTA. I ain't playing no GTA, bro.
Really, I just had it all wrong. What I need is the dick to be above my eyebrow, completely on my forehead. Like I got a head on.
Yeah, just like straight. Oh yeah.
Or it could be like dripping jizz, like a teardrop.
Like how tough you are in
Dude,
prison.
you could have the balls come around the eyes and the dick come down.
These are your ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
But dude, it was so cool that
I
you
love how it keeps getting
just
bigger.
The sad thing is like
Your whole
we'll
face.
do it. And it just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and it's like all of a sudden it just happens.
I'm gonna have a dick on my forehead, but that doesn't need to happen until later. I couldn't believe that they were down for it, man.
I mean, how long did you last with your eyebrow shaved? Like, were you just so fucking over wearing the...
Dude, there's nothing you can do about that. It's just when you wax off your eyebrows, it takes so long to even start growing back.
Yeah.
But in any case, dude, this is gonna be another one of those ones where they're like, "Fucking Steve-O, shut up." Like,
Yeah, so we're in Utah, where we came out to see you.
Yeah.
What,
dude, the most
about the
epic trip ever. The most epic trip ever, dude. And just what a bro you are, man. Like, we knew that you were the nicest guy ever.
Sure.
And, like...
Well, but that was the perception was like, that dude seems so nice. But you really are so nice.
Yeah, it's
and like polite. We're like, what a well-mannered young man.
Sure.
were you always like that, or is it just like the more famous you get, the nicer you become?
I don't know. I've met a lot of dickheads in my fucking life, and I try not to be one of them. Yeah, I always say the golden rule is don't be a dickhead.
Yeah.
I like it.
I mean,
He's trying to get a dick on his head.
unless you're Steve-O, it's different.
Yeah. No, I feel very strongly the same way. I think that it's actually easier to just be a nice person.
Yeah, it's genuinely easier. You sleep better. You think and you know, there's a bunch of times where you're like, fuck, man, like I could have taken a picture with somebody and you know, like made their whole week or whatever, but then I think about it all the time. I'm like, fuck, man, you know, I should have been better. And I guess that, you know, that's the whole thing, is just trying to be better every day.
Do you have any rule? Because you must have boundaries around like people coming up asking for photos, right? Like, so if you're eating dinner, you have no problem with people coming up?
I'll take it. I mean, I don't like the whole dinner thing.
Yeah.
Right, but it's okay. I don't mind, and I'm not gonna be a doucher about it, you know.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I don't need to eat anyways.
The problem comes when there's just too many people.
Right.
If it's like a manageable number of people, then I agree. You can pretty much handle everything. But sometimes it's if you're with other people. Like I'm always with Scott Randolph, and we have a boundary when people say, "Hey, will you take this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude."
Because I'll be taking like 70, 80 photos a day.
Right.
And so we would like put it on selfie.
Right.
Put it on selfie.
And then we started a video called Age of the Selfie.
Yeah.
And so, you know, if you're with it, you just come up, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the easiest way.
It's the easiest way.
Yeah.
You don't need like a full fit pic.
Yeah.
Unless you have like the most fire shoes on.
Right.
Yeah. But you always got some... Steve always matches very nicely with his Vans and his shoes and his
No,
outfit.
it's nice. You got it. You have it.
He's got it. But things like that, people being like, how they behave around you, is that worse in Utah or better? Like, because people in Hollywood sometimes are like, oh, there goes Post Malone. Like,
Right.
I live in Hollywood. I'm used to that.
Right.
Or is it the opposite? Like, how is it here?
I'd say, you know, I don't know. It's definitely... Right, it's different than here than in Hollywood where there's famous people everywhere. You know what I mean? But I don't know, some people, I mean, people have been sweet everywhere, but I feel like people are, I guess, maybe more scared to take a photo and come up and say something.
Here?
Right. Whenever, you know, I'm not going to, like,
Yeah.
you know, no one's going to, like, fuck you up for coming and asking for a photo, but I just think that's, like, that's the difference there. In Hollywood, they'll just be like, yeah, look, or they'll just walk up to you and be like that. Anyways, they're filming you across the room or whatever.
Yeah.
That's the thing I don't like.
But you lived in Hollywood for a while.
Yeah.
You just didn't like it at all?
I don't know. It's not my vibe.
How long
Not
ago-
constructive.
How long ago did you move here to Utah?
A couple of years.
Okay.
We gotta move. We should move out of California.
Move here. Ooh, you know it would be perfect. I'm getting some acres, like, out of town.
Cool,
You
man.
guys should just build a house on there, and you can do dumb shit all the fucking time.
I love it.
Nice.
Do shipping containers, pimp it out.
Those boxable houses are so cool.
Dude, and they're so easy to set up, and it's like you just order it on Amazon.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I like that. So what made you decide Utah? You just like the shittiest weather and the hottest chicks. I'll go there.
Is that right?
No, I don't know. The women here are gorgeous.
No, but I did a show here, right? This was. Is that Wendy?
Yeah.
I love you.
What, she fart?
No,
She's snoring.
No,
She's a
okay,
beast.
okay.
Yeah, that's a nice doggy purr. But I did a show here. There was supposed to be, it's like right on the Salt Lake. And there's supposed to be like 5,000 people, and then like 17,000 people showed up, and it was awesome. And I was like, fuck it, I'm trying to get out of LA, and I found the perfect place to do it.
Yeah, dude.
What was the jump like for you? Because was Steve, and when I toured with Steve, and we were doing, comedy clubs, and then we got elevated to theaters. Did you skip theaters? Like, did you start a smaller venues, and all of a sudden you're just selling out massive?
No, we did shows 300 cap, smaller shows
For a long time, or?
for a good amount of time.
Yeah.
Then I went on tour with Fetty Wap, and then Justin Bieber invited me on tour. And then we went on that tour, and then that shit was just crazy. So then we just kept jumping, like, House of Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what that's called?
House of Blues?
House of Blues, yeah, what the fuck? I'm
Yeah.
thinking of Jack Black. I don't know why I couldn't remember the name of it. Yeah, House of Blues and shit, and then from there, just kept going and going. After festivals really helped, and then, now we do the basketball places and the hockey places.
Arenas.
Basketball place.
Yeah, stadium.
Yeah, it's a basketball place.
Madison Square Garden.
MSG was awesome.
Yeah.
Sold out 2 nights. That's
Wow,
pretty
dude.
good shit.
What's that capacity? Is that?
I mean, dude, like
50?
for
I think it's like 18, no?
No. That's like way more, right?
I'm not
for
sure.
a concert, is it less than?
I feel.
Because the basketball will wrap around the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't necessarily think it's the biggest venue.
I think it's like 15,000.
It's kind of like
I'd be in
the
that
gold
ballpark.
standard.
But yeah, that's that was fucking awesome.
What do you prefer, life on the road or life at home?
I love to play games, and the Wi-Fi sucks on the bus. So
You like your homebody.
yeah, I most definitely am. But I love going out and doing shows and meeting fans, and there's nothing like being up on stage and everybody singing the same shitty song. You know what I mean?
How crazy is
It's
that?
pretty good stuff.
Where you just like hold the mic out and everybody's just, you're like, what the fuck?
That's pretty well. I usually do that. That's the trick, is you do that when you're out of breath, because I'm a chunky boy.
So you guys do it, man.
What's your workout routine on the road? Just 12-ounce curls?
I definitely, especially now, I can't even imagine going on tour right now, because A, I forgot all the words of my songs. B, I'm putting them on every day, and only thing that gets a workout is my fingers. I was going to say my hands, but somebody might get the wrong idea about that.
How often does that happen, though, that you make a song? Because, like, I make music, and sometimes it's like you just, like, said something like, you recorded it, and that
Right.
became the song.
Yes, sir.
And, like, you don't even remember it the next day, like, what it sounded like. Do you have to go back and, like, learn your own lyrics, sort of? Like,
Well, that's the whole fucking deal. Like, I'll forget. I probably have some semi-decent songs that will never be anything, because that's how we do it. In a night, we'll make like 5 or 6 songs, but none of them will have words, but they'll all be arranged with melody and shit. But then, like, I'll forget that song exists, and then, like, 3 years later, I'll come back to it and be like, oh, this song's really good. Like, let's do something with this. That's the whole thing. It's too much shit to keep up with. Like,
sure.
Quavo, like, we were in the studio, and we got this great mic. So it's like a wireless mic that just hooks up to the interface, and you can just sit there and fuck around, like, with your friends over Pro Tools. And we sat there and we made like 14 songs, and I'm just now going over them now.
Wow.
Like, yeah, and we were all on shrooms and hugging beers, and it was great.
Yeah, you might, and then you just don't remember the night, and then you wake up, you're like, dude, that was fucking fire.
I was like, we made songs last night, right? And then Lou's like, he sends me like 14 songs. Like, oh yeah, fuck yeah,
Dude, epic. How about Ozzy? Ozzy Osbourne, man. He's always been a hero to me. I love Ozzy. You know what else I love? I love boning my girl. Yeah, I said it. I love boning my girl, and I love when I have an extra rock hard boner. And you know what gives me that? Truly, Blue Chew tablets, man. When I tried these things just for fun, I couldn't believe how well they actually work. What is a Blue Chew tablet? Well, it's a tablet that's got the same active ingredient as both Viagra and Cialis, except it's chewable, delicious, and costs just a fraction of the price. And getting them is so easy, man. You just go online. There's no awkward doctor visit in person. No, you go online. Do the deal. All right.
Got some cool shit going on right now. I'm not at liberty to discuss. Yeah, they'll send somebody to kill me, but there's some cool shit going on.
Cool.
Well,
I believe it.
Here's like how my experience has been since hanging out with Post, or even like mentioning, oh, we're gonna go to Utah and like hang out with Post. Like, as soon as every single person who I say that to hears it, they're like, oh, dude, I want to fucking collab with them. I want to fucking, like even Knoxville. Like when Knoxville was like, oh, dude, I want him to record something for something.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy,
It's insane. Yeah, it's crazy.
And I actually heard somebody say that like, oh yeah, that you moved to Utah because you got tired of being in LA, like where you just felt everybody wanted to use you for something.
Well, yeah, that's how it goes. There's a lot of people, and I can't speak on the behalf of everybody,
Right.
but there's a lot of people there that just care about their own personal growth and everything else, and will shit on you to achieve it. You know what I mean?
Well,
Do
right.
you feel like that coming up, Steve?
I mean, I don't know. Like this, there's not even a comparison for me at any point in my career to where Post. Like it's evident that like Post Malone's a big fucking deal.
But you're the toughest dude on the planet.
Well, thanks, man. It's just crazy. Like,
But you had like fair-weathered friends for sure.
Oh yeah, of course. But the idea of like everybody, like when you just asked, does Post have like a dream collab? Like is there a dream legend who you'd love to collab with? And in my mind, I'm thinking, dude, it's like
Himself.
Anybody,
He's the dream collab.
whoever Post's dream collab is dreaming of posting with
Right.
collabing with
They
Post.
should be so lucky. Yeah.
It's fucking cool to think about, and I think it's just like, it's not because I'm necessarily good or anything. It's nothing. It's that it's like to be down for everything and to genuinely have an appreciation of everything in the in music. And that's the cool thing. I feel like that's what it is, because a lot of people take things way too seriously or just do features because, like, someone's popping or something, as opposed to like, oh, fuck it, we'll just sit down in the studio and just fuck around for hours and see where it goes. You never fucking know. And that's the cool part, because you can make awesome shit out of fucking anything.
Yeah.
In high school, you were voted most likely to succeed. Is that true?
So. It was either like most beautiful.
Yeah.
This is not the truth, but I think it was that. Or best dressed. I had these penny loafers that I was just fucking up.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
What do you think it was about you that they could tell then? Like, this dude's going places. Were you sort of like already making shit? And
Well, I was doing like, the
Stadiums in high school.
This
Selling out
no one
arenas
was
in
there.
high
I had
school,
to break
dude.
in. Yeah. My dad worked at AT&T, so he just smuggled me in there.
Doing
and
gymnasiums,
I
dude.
I played AT&T Stadium. Like, no one was fucking there, but I did it. But no, yeah, I was already doing like. They would give me like $100-something and a free chicken parmesan at the Italian restaurant on Main Street. And I was like, as a high school kid, you're like, fuck yeah, this is the shit. And just making music. I made like a full mixtape, everything. I wrote songs, made like EDM shit, and just fucked around and played it for everybody, all my friends who wanted to listen to it. And that was the cool part, is like having people ask for the song. So I was like, sending them to my friends and shit, and that was the cool part. And you know, playing my shit at like the parties and shit. It was cool, you know.
That's cool. White Iverson.
Yeah.
Did you know that was gonna blow up before you dropped it?
No, sir.
You had no idea.
That was the coolest shit. And Key from Atlanta was really the catalyst to that. But like, hi, baby.
Wendy, you need to turn it down on the purring.
No, we just fucking put it out, and I woke up, and then Mac Miller and Wiz and
you were broke as fuck.
Yeah, most definitely
broke as fuck. Yeah, and I'm always
so that's where you blow up. And at that point, do you have any face tattoos?
No, I do not. I have no tattoos.
So,
how old were you when you blew up?
I just turned 19, I think.
Jeez. Well, okay, so, yeah, I want to get back to the face tattoos, but I'm always so fucking fascinated with you have no money.
Right.
All of a sudden you get money. What's the first thing you buy?
Just for a second, let's forget about having a lot of money and making a big purchase. And let's consider not needing much money at all to make an important purchase. This is their dog, no slash, I'm going to.
Yeah, but as first money, I bought an S550 and a watch.
What's an S550?
The Mercedes.
Okay.
Sick.
Yeah.
What kind of watch?
It was a Rolex.
A Rolex?
Yeah.
Presidential?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But it had the nice, the flooded bezel. This is important because I was like, I never had a fucking diamond in my fucking life.
And it's a Rolex bezel.
No.
Oh, you got the aftermarket bezel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
because
what
then
I
was just like, give me the diamonds. You know?
Right.
Now as you know, I've grown up. If you have diamonds, they have to be factory, which is important. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
I've grown up now. You gotta have Rolex diamonds.
Well, yeah. Well, you need the Rolex diamonds.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious if it's not.
It's an investment. You know. Like, I used to, you know, the bust downs are cool. They look great. You know, they look great. But then you took your watch and then, now fuck, if you ever want to get rid of it and get another watch, you've knocked off tens of thousands of dollars off of the watch.
Mm-hmm.
And just, you know, so now it's just like the Patek diamonds are Patek diamonds. The Rolex diamonds are Rolex. But usually, I'm a more laid-back guy, you know.
Yeah.
I'm just like plain Jane now.
What watch you got on now?
Nothing.
No watch.
Just a bracelet.
Yeah, dude. So
I haven't worn a watch in a long time. I don't need to present myself.
And I had the really nice watch that you gave me, and I was like wearing it, and my buddy's like, "What time is it?" And I pulled out my iPhone and looked at the stuff. He's like, "Bro, you have this nice watch. You're telling me the time on your iPhone."
Well, you can't keep up, especially if you're traveling. You're like, "Fuck, it's an hour back, it's an hour
Right.
forward."
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Day. That doesn't do anything
For sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Like daylight savings and shit, but I can't keep up
Lisa.
with that.
Lisa, what's wrong? Huh? What's wrong?
Not a thing in the world.
Where's Maya?
Out back?
Still?
Yeah. No, I brought her in, fed her, and now she's back out back.
So your first face tattoo was always tired?
No, what was my first face tattoo? The smiley face.
Okay.
It looks like a marshmallow face, like the DJ Marshmallow.
Uh-huh.
I just wanted it to be a drunk guy. But then my friends were like, "Oh, is that a marshmallow tattoo?" And I'm like, "No, I don't. I like marshmallow enough, but
Did you
I would
have...
not get his face tattooed on me."
Wait, when you started with the face tattoos, I mean, like, you just blew up. Now you're, like, fucking killing it in your career. Next thing you know, you got a face tattoo. Is your, like, team of representatives just freaking out? Like, what are you doing?
No, I don't tell them. So
Right.
they just have to deal with it, you know, whatever happens.
And, I mean, it seems like at the certain point when you blow up, then all of a sudden you have something to lose. and you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna tap my face up, and all it did was just make you blow up more.
Well, yeah, that's the whole thing. I've always wanted to do it because I'm nothing special to look at. Like, I don't have the jawline of you guys. You know? I don't have the salt and pepper of Steve.
Maybe them too.
I don't have the salt and pepper of Steve.
Say something nice about me.
The piercing blue eye.
Okay, there you go.
The epic mustache
He's
jawline.
the
Are you
whole
kidding?
package.
Yeah, look at this guy.
Oh, come on, you guys.
Look at your shirt. What do you got going on under there?
Nothing. It's smooth. It's just smooth.
That's all right, dude, but that's what people are into.
I wouldn't have lift up my shirt, dude.
Yeah. Dude, I wish there was something impressive.
I'm fascinated by it. I'm fascinated by it, and dude, just fucking kudos for, you know.
Yeah, I think it's cool. It's almost like you sort of represent this like chaotic freedom that people just like, you know, it's just a good feeling that you sort of give off, you know, like, and I'm impressed too that you kept this level head. Or you seem pretty level headed, and like from blowing up at 19, that seems almost impossible. Like, what's the kind of secret to that? Is that like good family, good close friends, like a good crew? Like,
yeah,
how do you think you pulled that off?
I'd attribute it to both, like, you know, good friends, good family, like, I guess being raised right, and it goes back to that fucking rule: just don't be a dick, because, like, you know, dicks get places. You know what I mean? Like, if you step on somebody to get to somewhere, you might achieve it, but then, like, at the end of the night, either you're gonna not be able to fucking sleep and you're going fucking crazy and shit like that. But, you know, I don't know. It's just like,
all of a sudden you start developing a nervous tick, and you're like, dude, I wonder why I have a nervous tick. It's like, because you're probably a dickhead somewhere.
You're an
and
asshole.
it's just coming out.
Dude, I'm terrified of, like, I don't know, I believe in, like, just the universe and being in like harmony with it, you know, like my buddy Tommy, who's with us, he's, you know, I've known him for almost 30 years. We're all sober dudes. We work, like, you know, this program of recovery, which is all about just not being a dick, is basically it. And you know, like, every time I get stressed out about something, I think something's gonna go wrong, and I say to Tommy, like, fuck, he's like, dude, the force is with us, you know, and what he's saying, the force is with us. Like, if you're doing the right thing, you're treating people right, it's gonna work out, you know?
For sure.
And I think that's just a good way to look at it. But at the same time, too, you know, you're saying, you know, everybody, like, wants to use you for something. But we were down to drive all the way from L.A.
We earned it.
Not you guys. You guys.
Well, no, I mean, dude, it was a huge fucking, just a huge honor to be able to come do stuff with you, man. Like,
I'm fucking honored for you guys.
But, dude, thank you so much, man. And like, I didn't even mind, like, kind of giving away, like, what it even is that we're doing here. But it started with doing the podcast with Violent J from Insane Clown Posse.
Yeah.
Right? And, like, we had this wonderful conversation, and I decided, hey, man, like, Juicy, if you're gonna make fun of me, I'm
If
literally
you
gonna
take the piss off, you took the piss off. Dick.
What?
Feet sound like they was carrying food.
Sorry, I said 30 minutes. It's only been like 20.
No, it's fine. The aroma. Shuffling up here. I was just like, oh yeah. They're ready to turn the game off.
Sorry. It's been a lot with the dogs, with the in and out and feeding them and trying to get them in, making sure they're still outside. You know, a lot of interruptions.
I'm sorry?
What?
What'd you say? A lot of interruptions. I was looking at a video about some, like, every fucking video is a missing girl.
Don't try to make it.
As of right now, you have sent obsessive texts to Mia. We have all seen the text. You talked about giving her your life savings. You cash out her money, and you claim that you weren't in touch.
Who told her gave her life savings? I never said that.
As a matter of fact, we're going to get a police report to pull your phone records if that's the case. There's evidence of obsession, of something. You're fascinated with
It's
me.
not only from my side, so don't try to make this.
No one's saying that. It takes two. Obviously, she's missing. So we're talking to you who's been going back and forth on text.
That is your family. Right. But until we figure out what's going on, just don't beat me up.
Nobody's beating you up.
If I'm guilty, why would I
You put yourself in the middle right here. You brought yourself over here.
Because we're concerned.
You're concerned. Why weren't you concerned hours ago?
I just found out.
All right, cool, no problem.
In the first few
how did
hours,
Tati find out?
we didn't think it was serious. I don't even know how Tati found out.
Somebody's listening and you don't think it's serious.
Maybe they hanging out. They got this place right here. They go downtown. I don't know. Maybe her phone's off. I don't know what she did.
You know how different people in different offices can work on the same presentation at the same time? Vonage does that.
Just to give their final address to the media, to everybody watching, to all the fans out there at home. Deontay, it's the last time that we're going to ask you to do this. I know you particularly are sick of the media this time around. You can have your opportunity to give your final comments.
What more that I can say that hasn't already been said, you know? I just tell you guys to prepare yourself and prepare yourself on the battlefield and get ready for war. Because this is right here, this is going to be an amazing fight come October the 9th. And as you see, I'm wearing my red outfit, so I want it back in blood. And I'm looking forward to it. And I'll see you guys there.
Tyson, you're up.
Well,
I've got a lot to say, actually. Here's something that I think I need to say. It's like, Wilder said that I only won the second fight because I cheated, but then he goes and changes his whole team and does all this extra training and trains as hard as he's ever trained and brought on all his team and all that. So I asked the question is, if I only won because I cheated, what was the point in changing everything and doing all this other work? Can anybody answer that question? I know he can't, doesn't have the brains to. So, no one can answer that question, can they? So, the fact that I've egg in your face, bitch, is the word. That's what we say. And here's another one. He says he wants to do bad things to me and hurt me and do all this malice feelings and he's got anger and aggression. Well, for those who hold a hot coal with the intentions of throwing it at somebody, guess what? They're the ones who's going to get burnt. I don't want to hurt Deontay Wilder. I just want to beat him in a fight. And he knows what he's saying is lies. And deep down in his soul, he knows that he lost. And he'll lose again. And he lost the first time, he lost the second time, and he's going to lose the third time. And guess what? After this fight, he'll be back working in that fast food chain that he was working at earlier on in his career. Because that's the only place he's going to be welcome.
It's easy to answer
Retirement for him.
It's easy to answer your question.
Retirement, Dosser.
The answer to your question is why you changed for the first and second.
Well, that ain't the answer to the question. That's another question. So that's not an answer. If I only won because I cheated, why do all this extra training?
Why you change the first and second? Why you change the first and second?
Doing, as long as I didn't
so
cheat.
ask yourself that question.
You got to ask yourself the question. If I've done all this cheating,
I see nervous energy.
Yeah, then why has he not prepared himself? He hasn't done any extra steps at all to stop me from cheating again.
Why you explain yourself?
I'm not explaining myself. I'm asking you the question.
You haven't denied any allegations to this point.
I don't need to deny it because it's true.
You know what I'm saying? You haven't denied any allegations.
I had a turbo jet on me.
You don't even want certain media in here to give you the tough questions. You have nobody to give you the tough questions.
And there's nobody in here that can ask me a tough question.
So when it's like
that, you're in denial and you're getting knocked out.
Let's make it happen.
And you're going to retire.
You don't know nothing about knocking no one out. You don't have knockout power.
Your legacy's in bits.
Even in my worst times, you still hit like a bitch. I didn't feel nothing. No one's even believed you. I didn't feel anything. You were wondering why I kept getting up and getting up. Because I didn't feel nothing. You have no power. You're not a knockout artist.
I knocked you out, didn't I, Dosser?
Nah, I went out on my feet.
That's a knockout.
I had a disloyal trainer to throw the towel in. And guess what? When someone throw the towel in after the boss tell them not to do, the employee get fired.
Yeah, but you said I had knuckle dusters on. JD is in the room while I had the fucking guts on. Why didn't he say something then? He's in on it too.
Don't worry about him.
He's in on it.
Don't worry about him. I handle my team like I handle my team. You handle yours like you handle yours.
You're a weak man.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I'm the only one that defended my title 10 times. I go down in history
as... I don't need to defend titles.
How many times have you defended?
Like you.
How many times? I don't have to cheat.
I don't need to.
I've never had to cheat in years.
I've come here...
If you look up your history and you look up my history, which I advise everyone to do your homework.
On a training day.
You look up you and you look up me. I'm a nun in this sport, baby.
You ain't
I don't have to cheat. I don't have to eat boar meat. I don't have to stick shit up my ass to make me feel a certain type of way. I don't have to use certain things. I don't have to manipulate my gloves. I don't have to do those things.
You have to do it all.
So at night when I look into the mirror, I know I'm a real champion.
And you're gonna get knocked out on Saturday night. No problem. I don't feel you because you're a lying little
And if I don't step another glove up in my life, I'm good. That's the difference between me and you. I don't have to fight another day in my life.
Doesn't matter.
I'm good.
Because your legacy's already finished.
I'm good.
All the excuses.
I'm good. How can you say the same thing?
You've been done. Finished.
Can you say the same thing?
You've been beat. You've been humiliated. And you've been busted.
And let's get ready. Let's go.
And that's it. And there's no one in here can accept the fact that this little pussy got his arse handed to him, not once, but twice, and he can't do nothing about it.
I accepted the
because he ain't fucking man enough.
I accepted
That's why.
I accept with look.
Tell him what to say, Shelley. Come on. Tell him what to say.
When I was in the condition I was in, I could have stopped the fight. I could have went back to my corner, but you know what? I'm a king. I'm a warrior. I accepted the opportunity, and I accepted what I was going through to still fight you.
Yeah, you look like a dosser.
I still accepted it, and you still couldn't knock me out. You still couldn't do that. But guess what? If the roles were reversed and you was in the situation I was in, they would have called 911.
Your trainer, JD,
Someone please call
he done you a favor,
911.
Mark Breland. He saved your life that night.
Don't know.
You didn't want to sack him. You wanted to give him a pay rise. A pay rise.
Give me one second.
why
Give
is
me
he
one second. Give me
terminated?
one second.
He needed a
If he
pay
saved
rise.
my,
He saved
I'm
your
willing to
life.
die in the ring.
I don't
Are
know
you?
how wise this is, but we are
I'm
going to
willing
ask
to die in
you
the ring, so it ain't no
because we're
saving
running out
my
of
life.
time.
That's why I do the things. That's
Tyson.
why I do the things outside of the ring, and my
Tyson.
family have an understanding. My children have an understanding that Daddy has a dangerous job. There's no other sport in this world that have collected as many lives as boxing.
Amen
so
to
I
that.
understand what I'm going through.
And we respect both of you
I don't
for
want nobody
those
to worry about
reasons.
my
Can I ask
children. We're
both of
good.
you
I don't respect
to
him. I
stand
think
up?
he's a bum.
Deontay, will you do us a favor? Can you
nothing.
stand up? We're going to do a face-off, one final. Down this app today. Download today and get started. In a recent poll of the NBA's 30 general managers, 37% of them believe Kevin Durant will win the MVP award, and he also took a whopping 41% of the responses when asked what.
Lee, you don't. Look at that. You trust the Cowboys plan after releasing Jalen Smith? Yes, I trust the Cowboys plan. Looks like their plan is, since we have an abundance of riches, to go out there and spend it properly. And how are they spending their riches properly? By playing the players that should play. Let's not get into this mindset that Jalen Smith was just now hijacked by this move. Surprising move because of timing, but not surprising move based on production and personnel. You got to remember, they prioritized his position in the draft. Michael Parsons, anybody know what position he played? Oh, the same position. When they prioritize your position, there's only for two reasons. Either you're about to get paid and they know that you're going to leave, so we got to take care of someone else, get a youngster in here, a rookie, or we need to upgrade right there. And that was a bullseye on Jalen Smith. My question is, and look, damn it, I started second rounder. I made my way to a starter, went back down to just a guy on the team carrying helmets for Marcus Stroud. And I remember through the highs and lows of my career that once I got into broadcasting, I was going to tell them all my perspective from the highs and the lows. Jalen Smith, how'd you get so slow so fast? That's the problem. He couldn't play against the run last year. Inconsistent at least. And then if you look at it right now, you got to check his cleats, man. He has lost a step from a guy who lost a step. I know what it looks like now. I don't want to get into much conjecture, but I know why I lost a step. I had 3 major surgeries and played through them. Signed a deal with the devil. And I played through those surgeries, and it was rewarding. But when it comes to an end, oh, it comes to an end. Life comes at you fast, and the NFL comes at you faster. Facts. Now, with Jalen Smith, I'm just guessing right here that his injury that he came back from, catastrophic injury, that they said he may not even play again, to return to where he returned, amazing. But did he sign a deal, like I signed a deal, that made his fall so fast and furious? This is a situation that surprised me only by the calendar, only by the timing, but not by the production.
No, the situation surprises me, and the situation I hate. Cowboys fans, you should hate it as well. And not because you love Jalen Smith. You should hate the move to release Jalen Smith because you love Micah Parsons. And Jalen Smith's release of the Cowboys' release of Jalen Smith is a huge detriment to Micah Parsons. Let's just have because it's actually a really good block. I'm interested because, again, on this show,
now you're interested.
defensive. Well, I'm interested to know because you play defensive end. I played inside backer. Micah Parsons has to do both. Yeah. No other show are you going to be able to see a defensive end, like inside backer, sitting here talking where you have to do both. My fear cell and Cowboys fans genuinely be concerned. As a defensive end, which I also had to play, so you don't have to familiarize yourself with going backwards. Oh, you not very often. Not often. As a defensive end, outside backer is what Micah Parsons is kind of playing. He just gets to rush. He gets to rush. He gets to rush. But as an inside backer, you have to familiar yourself with what's the secondary doing? What's my defensive end? What's my big dog Marcellus Wiley doing? Which way is he stunting? Okay. How am I navigating out Marcellus Wiley? Okay, how can I communicate with this guy and that guy? When I watched the Cowboys game again this morning, I was like, bruh, They got so much on Micah Parsons' plate. In their base package with 3 linebackers, he starts with Leighton Vander Esch and Jalen Smith. In their nickel package, 2 linebackers, he starts with either Jalen Smith or Leighton Vander Esch. In their dime package, 1 linebacker, he's the sole starter. Dude is out there playing 4 different positions over the course of 1 game. That's just a lot of stress, Sal. That's why I'm concerned.
Well, it's a lot of stress, but from a guy who doesn't get stressed, because I figured out how to get rid of stress. Actually, not even to acquire stress. Don't add it up. Don't connect all of this. See, what you just did, most people do in their life. Something happened on the way to work. Something happened at work. Something happened on the way from work. And then they get home, something is happening there as well. Oh, I had a long day. Oh, I'm so stressed out. Hold on. Those things are independent of each other. Let's take them one at a time. If we got an issue with Acho, we deal with Acho. Then we deal with SFY. What's SFY going to do without Acho? And then Fox is going to deal with SFY. If I got an issue with you, Jalen Smith, guess what? I'm going to deal with Jalen Smith. Then I'm going to worry about how it's going to affect the defense, Michael Parsons included. Then I'm going to worry about how it's going to affect the Cowboys. But let's not do it all together and not do anything at all, paralysis by analysis, because we're like, we're going to put too much on Michael Parsons. No, that's not how it goes. Jalen Smith, let's be real, signed his deal when Ezekiel Elliott was holding out. Let's go back to it, Mark. He got paid to sell a story. And the story was being sold to Ezekiel Elliott and Marshall Faulk, his spokesman at the time, basically saying this: ain't not be enough money for you because, you know, you're a running back. We just paid somebody, and we paid him to sell that story. They were going to release him at the end of the year. You know that. We know that. Follow the money. Now they don't have to pay him his guarantee in terms of injury for his contract going forward, if you release him right now. So when you follow the money, you start to see the logic. Like, if we're going to release him then, why not release him now and get off the hook for the guarantees in terms of injury? Okay, that makes sense. Here's a quote from the Dallas Morning News. Thank you, Hella. This is an amazing quote. Man, I hate when I got to do my job. Here's a quote. His exuberant swipes after tackles and his celebrations after small plays and big losses drove fans to distraction. Fair. Only reason I hit, I'm about to tear up. I remember when I lost a step. The first thing you try to do is take risks. Because you're like, I ain't got it. And you think, oh, I'm going to get it by taking a little bit of a gamble. Relax.
Thank you.
You know what happens? You know,
close my door, Laura.
You lost a step for real. Because now you're not in position to recover. When you messed up before, but you didn't lose a step, you can recover. Hustle and effort can recover and be the ultimate eraser. But when you lose that step, and then all of a sudden you don't make that step up mentally, then you got a problem.
Do you remember that dog grooming business we had when we were little? If we had the powerful new iPhone 13 Pro and Verizon 5G, we would have been the best dog groomers alive. You were supposed to shave the whole dog, right? Get the new iPhone 13 Pro on us for your business. Plus, we'll help cover the cost of switch, because every business deserves better.
This was already on full display for the Dallas Cowboys faithful. They were just holding their breath waiting for the offseason. But instead, it came right now. Jalen Smith, I don't think he's doing football, but he became a situational linebacker at the end of the season last year, basically. Went from every down staple to like, well, your liability in the run game is swiping, missing. You see the tackle game? Oh, my God, my problem. Come on, Nacho. Here's my do your job. I know. I do my job too much. It's hard for me to take all of this. Now, to your point, just to show you how much I do my homework, let's go. Go to the 3:51 mark of the first quarter Cowboys-Panthers game. First quarter, 3:51. What I didn't show y'all, when I breakdown I just showed you, was 2 plays. There was a play in between. Jalen Smith made a tackle after just giving up a 30-yard gain, and you gonna go do all this swipe nonsense. He did? Right, yes. I just didn't show it to y'all. So that Dallas Morning News quote is exactly right. If you want to see the play again, the 3:51 mark of the first quarter versus the Panthers. It is, I pointed it out to Colvin, our producer, pre-show. I'm like, bruh, this is infuriating. You just gave up a 30-yard play and you swiped me. I get that. Here's what I don't get. I didn't want to go here, but here's what I don't get. Why not? If you're Jalen Smith, you're third on the team in tackles, and you've only played 56% of the snaps. Michael Parsons has played 74% of the snaps. Leighton Vander Esch has played 51% of the snaps. But you got more tackles than Vander Esch and Parsons. It's not all about tackles. I played inside backer. I promise y'all it's not. But if you're Jalen Smith, You're looking at Micah Parsons, and you're like, wait a second, big dog. That play Otto just showed, you watched it in linebacker room. And you're like, Micah Parsons, what the heck you doing in my zone? You just gave up a 30-yard gain. If you're Jalen Smith, you just watched the second play I showed in the linebacker meeting room with Leighton Vander Esch and Micah Parsons. And you said to yourself, Parsons, bruh, you the Mike backer on that play. You just gave up the touchdown to Sam Darnold. Meanwhile, the whole world is going to see Micah Parsons make a great pass rush move, get a sack, and act as if Micah Parsons can do no wrong. If you're Jalen Smith, you went to the Pro Bowl in 2019, the last year that was not affected by COVID. You watching this rookie who can't cover either. He can rush the heck out of the quarterback, but I promise y'all, if I have time and if y'all do, I will show y'all the entire game, and I went through the whole Panthers game, and Micah Parsons, as a drop linebacker, can't cover. Not his fault. He's just not really good at it. Incredibly athletic. Probably most athletic linebacker in the league, but he can't cover. So if you Jalen Sell, you looking like the only reason I'm not playing is because this dude is a first-round pick. What do I mean by that? If Micah Parsons was not a first-round pick, he would play in pass rush situations on third down, and he would be an exclusive pass rusher. Because Micah Parsons is a first-round pick, he's playing 97% of the snaps last game. Micah Parsons, in coverage, is not as good as Vander Esch. In zone coverage, he doesn't have the feel. He doesn't have the feel just yet. No disagreement. Jalen Smith, he's lost a step. He absolutely has. But if you Jalen, you're like, wait, what's going on here? But let me get back to the point, and I'm going to shut up. When I look at it, Sells, the Cowboys is, you know that game of Jenga? You got all these blocks. Y'all know that game Jenga? You stack up all the blocks. You don't know in Jenga what block is actually holding the whole board together. You don't know how to play. You don't know. Now, you might, but most people if I'm the Cowboys, I don't know what block in this game of Jenga that Jalen Smith is. It might just be the base. He might be the top that won't affect anything. But y'all building a beautiful board in these last games. So I'm not doing anything. When I'm making a cake, that pinch of salt might have done nothing. That teaspoon of vanilla extract might mean nothing. That second egg might be completely irrelevant. But if the cake tastes amazing, and what the Cowboys have baked the last 3 games is phenomenal, why remove the pinch of salt? It might not help, but it might be the difference. Jalen Smith is not a great backer, but he's a great leader. At least he's a hype man. So that's why I'm just like, bruh,
Flavor Flav on the defense.
Why do it? Like, why make it?
You and Dez Bryant. Respect to Dez, too, especially for your comments of late, Dez. I support you, brother. Stay strong. You and Dez scared. About what? Jenga? Jenga, please. Like, both of y'all out here. Hey, if you're not good enough, we gonna find somebody else who is. Now, do not compare Micah Parsons and his tackles to Jalen Smith and his tackles. One, you play DN. You're never gonna have as many tackles as linebacker. No. And you play hybrid. No. And this last game, Micah played stack backer more than Jalen. Look, I know, but he's been hybrid. He's also played more DN. Correct. And we haven't seen any from Jalen, so that's unfair. Look, the game, this is so crazy. I'm so glad I have a son. I wanted all boys. I can't lie. And I was like, look, give me 5 boys. One of them going to go to the league. You know what I mean? I'm just that guy. My ego was saying that. Now I'm glad I just got one. Because now I can just talk directly to one. Me and you, bro, I'm going to tell you what to do and what not to do in school, in life, in sports, etc. And you're going to do what you want to do because I understand that. You're your own person. But if he asks me about football, and he hasn't just yet, he doesn't like tackle football. Thank you, son, right now. You're 6 years old. You can't play anyway. But if he asks me something, and he going to say, Daddy, so how can I be good at football? I say, oh, it's easy. Speed kills. What other mantra kills? He hits hard. He hits hard kills? No. He's good at coverage. He's good at coverage kills? No. Speed kills. Once you lose your speed, bruh, you might as well come up here and do the C block and do the prompt. It's going to happen fast. Jalen Smith is peacock. And it's okay to peacock. But you're a peacock for a reason. Y'all get real brought off the little plays for a reason. I remember doing it my damn self. Here's what peacocking means. Something men, let's just say players, do in order to highlight their strong points to stand out from their competition. Jalen Smith's competition has shifted from being the opponent with a different color on to his own teammate. Look at that picture. If you can show that picture again. This is, man, look at the eye contact you're getting from Jalen Smith to Micah Parsons. And look at Micah Parsons. Where's the picture at? We got the picture. Y'all picture perfect. Y'all paid a perfect picture. Y'all can't show it right here? Oh, y'all can't? All right. Hey,
take the picture. Anyway, it was in the big one picture. Y'all rewind it like you got to do to watch your play. Point being, you can see already the dynamic has shifted, and the dynamic has affected Jalen Smith. If I'm about to get rid of him anyway, why not get rid of him now and save myself some money? $9 million going forward. Find that picture, y'all. I'm telling y'all. Becky, it all makes sense.
Ray loves vacations, but his diabetes never seemed to take one. Everything felt like a no. Everything. But then Ray went from no to no. With Freestyle Libre 14-Day, now he knows his glucose levels when he needs to and when he wants to. So Ray can be Ray. Take the mystery out of your glucose levels and lower your A1C. Now you know. Try it for free. Visit freestylelibre.us.
Horses, bourbon, and the great outdoors. That's Kentucky original, majestic, and wide open. This is Kentucky. Come see for yourself. Plan your road trip at KentuckyTourism.com.
How do you feel about the list? Did they get it right?
Hell no. The Cowboys barely the fifth best team in the NFC, let alone the whole NFL. Cars, Rams, Bucks, Packers. I would put all of them in front of the Cowboys, and then I would say Buffalo. I would say the Ravens. I would say Kansas City. So ain't no way they're a top 5 team. No way, no how, no shape, form, or fashion. Absolutely not. And the Browns got no business whatsoever being in the top, Skip. They're not better than Buffalo. They're not better than the Ravens. I don't believe they're better than Kansas City because Kansas City beat those guys head-to-head. We're going to find out because they played the Chargers this week, Skip. So a lot of things will get crystallized for us this week because tomorrow night Seattle plays the Rams. The Chargers play the Browns. So we're going to get some clarity. Buffalo plays Kansas City. So we'll have some clarity come Monday. But as I sit here right now, the Cowboys have one win. They beat a very good Chargers team. I will give you that. But the Eagles and the Panthers
have a really good defense. You'll see it.
You'll see it. Hold on.
Remember I said this. You'll see it.
You know what I do? I love how you did that. You know we're talking about football teams, and you pick a specific side. Do they have a really good team? Do they have a good team? Are they going to be in the playoffs?
You know Sam Darnold. You said he was the best quarterback in that draft. They got him now. And you said he's had a resurgence there. I don't know.
He's playing better.
Jay Moore, I think he's spectacular.
Yes. Yep. Yes. They beat them, but I do not believe they are a good team. I don't believe they're going to make the playoffs. I voiced that. What you tried to do with that, you tried to play up Carolina. So therefore, if you beat them, that means the Cowboys must be really, really, really good. I told you what was going to happen. I said it's going to be a very similar situation to the Philadelphia Eagles. I was right because the score at one point in time to start the fourth quarter was 36-14. The Cowboys took their foot off the gas. Jerry Jones even said that, and Carolina come back, make the game a lot closer than it actually was.
Yep. My turn?
It's your turn.
Thank you. Your favorite website, Pro Football Focus, now grades overall teams in the National Football League. Number 1 on their grading list is the Cleveland Browns, my Super Bowl pick to come out of the AFC. Number 1, I'm just telling you what they rank. Number 3 on that list is my Dallas Cowboys, so 1 and 3.
No chance.
I stick with my Super Bowl pick. It's going to be Tampa over the Cleveland Browns in the Super Bowl. The Buccaneers obviously have gotten off to a tumultuous start because of the game in Foxborough, and they have been injury-ridden. They will slowly but surely get healthier. We're going to talk later about Stephon Gilmore's on the market. I will not at all be surprised if he winds up, thanks to a phone call from the GOAT, Tom Brady, if he winds up with the Buccaneers. And we'll see if they start to get healthier now that they got Richard Sherman and maybe Stephon Gilmore on defense. And the defense will be brought to a boil later in the season, just the way it was by Todd Bowles last year. So far, not so great for the Buccaneers. But now this brings me to my Dallas Cowboys. My eye test tells me, of all the football I've watched so far, all the teams, the team that has performed the best overall in 4 games is my Dallas Cowboys.
Not even close.
It is
very close because the Buccaneers were at full strength on opening Thursday night. And I told you how it was so unfair to throw us after back-to-back years of missing the playoffs into the opening Thursday night game. It's usually at least a previous year's playoff team against the defending champion. But no, we got thrown into Tampa Bay. And what did we do? We almost out-goated the GOAT. We forced Tom Brady with 1 minute and 24 seconds left to do what he always does better than anybody's ever done it in the history of this game or maybe any game. He took his team on a drive with a walk-off field goal. It took that for the defending champ to overcome my team. And what did I come in here the next day and tell you? That was a moral victory if there ever was one. Because you saw on display the firepower on both sides of the ball from my Dallas Cowboys. Taking the ball away and throwing the football and scoring points.
Okay, you lost a game like that, but you also won a game like that against the Chargers.
Okay, well, we won it because we ran it down their throats.
Yeah, why does it matter how you win the game? You won it.
Look what the numbers are showing against you right now. You said they're not even the fifth best team in the NFC. Baloney. Okay, who is tied for first in turnover differential in the NFL? It's my Dallas Cowboys with the Buffalo Bills. That's pretty good, right? Second in takeaways to the Buffalo Bills. My Dallas Cowboys, we have 10 to their 11. Is that good? Is that better than last year? I'd say. Who is sixth in stopping the run so far? My Dallas Cowboys.
What running back have you faced? Tell me the running back that you faced.
Well, do you realize what we were last year? At this point last year, we were on historic pace. Okay, now at least we've shored it up.
Have you faced the Ravens rushing attack?
No, we have not.
Have you faced the Browns rushing attack?
But do you think the Ravens could go for 294 on us? They could not.
They could put it like this here. They would continue their 100-yard streak against you.
Okay, they might get 105, but I don't think they could get more than 105. Okay, now I look at who's second in rushing, speaking of the Cleveland Browns, in the NFL. We are. We're second in rushing. You didn't see that coming. You said you're a throwing football team, right?
So what about your quarterback?
Okay. Who does Pro Football Focus rank number one in run blocking line? It's our line.
Yeah.
Number one right now in run blocking. Yeah. Here's a shocker for you. What running back in the NFL is ranked number one by far in overall grade? Each time he touched the football, they give him a grade. They add it up for the first 4 games. Who is it? Tony Pollard is running away with that. Okay, Zeke is 13th, which is still pretty good. So if you got 2 of the top 13, that will work. But Tony Pollard has been a godsend. He's been a breath of fresh air. Every time he touches it, you say he's got a burst that Zeke does not have. So we have thunder and we have lightning. And all of a sudden, I'm looking at the overall offense. We're 4th scoring points. Well, that'll work when you're that much better on defense than you were last year. And we're tied for 16th in points allowed. Well, that's night and day from a year ago. Now at least we're credible on defense. So do you like the Cardinals number one, right? You say that's
I think they should be.
Okay, well, let's do the Cardinals. Let's break down what they did, okay? So they had a nice opening day win at Tennessee, right? And now we look at Tennessee. They just lost to the Jets.
Right.
Are they that good? No, they're not that good. What was game 2 for Arizona? They go home, and it takes a 37-yard missed field goal by Greg Joseph of the Vikings, or they're going to lose. And Greg Joseph had made 2 52-yard field goals in the same game, and he misses a 37-yarder, or they're going to have their first loss.
Right.
Well, I have to discount what they are. I loved them going to L.A. because I said they're in the perfect spot. You laughed at me. You lost a couple of more cases because I said this team is a very good team in the perfect spot to take advantage of a Rams team that won the Super Bowl against the Buccaneers.
So let me get this right. You're going to discount what Arizona did by beating Tennessee. You're going to discount what they did because the Rams, their Super Bowl was beating the Bucs. But you're going to give the Cowboys credit for beating Carolina and Philly.
Well, they got completely outplayed by the Minnesota Vikings in Arizona, in Phoenix. They got outplayed.
You got outplayed by the Chargers, but you won.
We didn't get outplayed by the Chargers. Are you kidding me?
Gilbert had 2 touchdowns called back and it got a pick in the end zone.
Yeah, and Dak goes 5 for 5 on the last drive to set up the game.
Skip, you saw Justin Herbert outplay Dak Prescott. They had 2 touchdowns called back. 2, and they threw a pick in the end zone. Stop it. So you got outplayed, but you won.
Justin Herbert made 2 big mistakes in that game. You know it, and I know it. Dak didn't make any mistakes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can't say because one guy made a mistake, my guy didn't. Okay. One guy made a field goal for the Cardinals, the other guy missed it for the Vikings. That's the way it works. New if my team would have done this, they would have won. Everybody can say that.
No, my team went to the defending champs and took them to the wire.
They lost.
That was extremely impressive.
No, it's not. There's nothing impressive about a loss.
They took the ball away 4 times from Tampa.
Think about that. You took the ball away 4 times, and you still lost the game.
Okay, but you don't think that's progress for my team? That was an impressive loss. The rest have been impressive wins. You look just...
Let's get this shit. Top of the morning.
You crazy? Yeah, my nigga. Look at the fucking drip, man. Hold on, let me take a picture of myself real quick, son. Hold on, B. Hold on, yeah. Look at the fucking drip. Yeah. Look at the fucking drip. Y'all know it's fucking fly. You scamming? If you scamming, let's check out the Denver Nugget jeans. If you fucking scamming, them niggas the
de la vida. Importante.
You're a new friend there, bud. He's loving you.
Oh, your dog. What's his name?
Zell.
Why Zell?
Because Zell's a great way to send money to friends and family, pretty much wherever they bank.
Who's a good Zell?
Zell. Look for it in your banking app.
Go get their chance. This is
Yeah. Tyson, why do you feel he can't accept the loss from the second fight?
Because he's mentally weak. I mean, his mind ran free. As we seen up there today, he can't compete with me. All the stuff he's spouted, he hasn't got no answers for. Can't answer the questions.
Being that he's had such a hard time dealing with it, do you feel in this third fight, with the pressure of everything that he said, that mentally he's at a severe disadvantage?
Yeah, for sure. He's at a severe disadvantage because he's done all this accusation and now he's got it all to back up. And if the case was that I'd done all the cheating that he said, then all he'd have to do is make sure that there was no cheating going on and turn up and win the fight, right? So if he doesn't do that, then he's completely done for. His legacy's in bits right now. It was all good because any man can lose a fight, but not come out with all the rubbish excuses he come out with. That tarnishes a man's legacy completely.
It was supposed to be that the winner of this fight would fight Joshua.
Yeah, you want me to
and the winner of that would be the king of boxing. But now
I'm already the king of boxing. Heavyweight champion of the world, lineal ring WBC. Can't beat that. Undefeated heavyweight champion of the world, me. King of boxing. The undisputed king of boxing. Already. Don't need to win another fight to prove it. I'm already that man.
What do you make of him saying the whole eye for an eye thing, and does it get you thinking, like, okay, what is he up to?
Well, he says he's a religious man. He keeps doing all this stuff, but You have heard it says, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. But I tell you, if anyone should strike you on the left cheek, turn also to the right leg, strike that also. There we are. I don't believe in an eye for an eye and a tooth.
Look at this dude. Wait till you see the.
That's done for.
What kind of difference do you talked about how you dominated him in the first fight, totally destroyed him in the second fight. How do you stay motivated then, knowing that you feel like you beat him so easily?
I'm motivated and get paid a lot of money to be here. And I get another person on my record. As far as I see it is, I'm doing what I love to do and get paid for it as well, so can't get better than that. Really, really happy.
And is your plan then to, we all didn't believe you when you said, I'm going right at him in the ring after you boxed him in the first fight. Is your plan still straight ahead?
Find out on Saturday night.
What kind of changes do you expect Malik Scott to bring out of it?
I don't care. Malik Scott's one, he's a loser. And one, Deontay Wilder don't respect him because he's already knocked him out in 30 seconds. So how's he going to take note of a man that he's already knocked out? It's like me getting some guy who knocked out one round and saying, you know what, guy, please train me because you can teach me. But I knocked him out in 10 seconds. That's just not relevant. So,
So what about, Angelo Dundee never boxed before, so there's that, that rebuttal to it that, just because the guy got knocked out in the first round doesn't mean he can't train extremely well.
I don't think he can, you're going to find out on Saturday night.
What do you think of
putting on more muscle? Do you think it's a good thing? Do you think it's a disadvantage coming into this fight? What do you make of that?
I don't make anything of it. As long as he's above 200 pounds, then he's heavyweight. Whatever weight he comes in at, it's very unimportant to me. Weight doesn't matter.
Are you okay with the WBC decision that you'll have to fight the Dillian White auto volume winner if you can't make a unification?
That's something that I've not been told or even interested in right now. I've got Deontay Wilder to deal with first, and then me, my team, Mauricio will all sit down and we'll all make a decision on what's going to
happen. You've had a couple bumps in the road. Obviously, you had the COVID, and then you mentioned your daughter. Thank God she's okay now. But is that to any detriment?
It hasn't made any effect on me at all. I'm totally fine, 100% fit and ready.
So what's your response to, Deontay seeming to think you had nervous energy, maybe because pacing around wouldn't take the seat? What's your response to that?
I don't have any response. Deontay can make whatever he wants on it. What I made of it is he ran off the stage, didn't want to face me. Man to man.
Were you disappointed there was no face-off?
Not disappointed, just expected.
How influential has Emmanuel Stewart and Sugar Hill been? I know there's a documentary about the Fury DNA, but do you feel like when you're training in the American boxing school?
For sure. Emmanuel Stewart and Sugar Hill, I believe, are the best trainers that's ever been. Some of them. And I'm being taught by the best, so, I don't think I can get a better teacher than Sugar. One thing that Sugar is, he's not a boxing trainer. He's a boxing teacher. And it's a massive thing, but today's fighters, they don't understand the difference of a boxing teacher and a boxing trainer. But Sugar's definitely a teacher, and I'm very happy with the place of him.
You said you're king of boxing. Now that you have this and basically past COVID, what can you do with your voice to elevate the sport, elevate who you are?
Just keep putting on good shows, entertaining, and being in good fights.
Deontay Wilder said when he spoke to us on a Zoom call a few days ago that the delay in the fight from July until now, he felt was beneficial to him, even though he obviously was annoyed at the time because of your COVID situation. Do you view the delay as a positive or a negative for you?
I don't really see it as a positive or a negative, the delay. One, I don't need any more time to go in a fight at any given moment because at the end of the day, I've been training my whole life to do a boxing match, which is 36 minutes with 11 minutes rest. And if I couldn't do that, sat on my arse, just coming off the sofa, then I'd be very disappointed because, if I'd been a mechanic an aeroplane mechanic on these engines for 30, 40 years. And I don't feel great today, so I can't fix an engine. That don't cook me. I can box 12 rounds, even when I'm 350 pounds.
There must have been some disappointment, though, 2 weeks before the fight, though. No,
obviously, it's disappointment. I see it up, I was ready for a fight, but, you know, shit happens and it's not the end of the world. Worse things have happened that season, that's for sure.
And Tyson, just to get technical for a second, how important are those feints that you have to winning Saturday night?
Not important. The most important thing is that the face. Bang!
Tyson, do you feel that this could be more competitive than the second fight?
I don't know. The answer to that question is I don't really care. We'll find out Saturday night. Thank you guys. All the best.
Thank you.
Your phone is hungry for more fun apps. Get it today in the App Store.
Tyson, you want to take a seat?
I'm good, thanks, Kate. I've been sat down a long time. I must stand.
Do you not own any shirts either?
I don't. It's the sexy look.
That's what they say. Deontay, you're making me nervous with the headphones. Are we feeling like talking today? Do us a favor. Okay, cool. Brilliant. Listen, you had to go through the courts, right, to get to this moment. What is it that you want to prove in the arena on Saturday night?
I don't have nothing to prove. You know, I'm in a great place. I'm in a great state of mind, have always been. You know, I got a lot of great people around me that's been covering me all this time, you know. It's nothing to prove at all. This right here is redemption, retaliation, retribution, you know, and all of the above.
I got you. It's a long way to look up at you. Won't you sit down for me?
I'm good.
All right, okay. So, listen, 20 months, right? It's a long time to stay focused, to prove something that you feel that you've already proved, I assume. How have you managed to stay motivated during this time?
I've just been training there, Kate, you know, taking it day by day, enjoying my life, training for a fight, and that's all we can do. Live every day, one day at a time, and I look forward to today. Because every day we wake up is a blessed day. Remember that.
Amen, that's true. You've had a lot to deal with in the meantime, though, right? Because you had made the fight with AJ, then you had to deal with scrapping the fight with AJ. You had COVID that you had to deal with. Your wife has had a baby. Congratulations, by the way. How have you managed to stay dialed in, or at what point do you think you really got dialed into this fight?
All these fights are exactly the same to me. You know, I've got some guy trying to take me head off with punches. No matter if it's Deontay Wilder or whoever it may be, it doesn't really matter to me because it's the Tyson Fury Roadshow. It's been continuing for 13 years. So I train every day of my life, twice a day mostly. I eat, sleep, train, repeat. You know, I've had a few personal problems at home, but, you know, there's always going to be some type of problem or hurdle to get over in life. So it's just how we do it, you know. And I had a little baby girl who was born 7.5 weeks ago, and she was very unwell for a minute or two. And, you know, I was there for 2 weeks in the hospital with her. And as soon as I knew that if I got that hurdle out the way, then I knew that things would be good and I could concentrate on the fight. And that's exactly what I did.
Do you feel comfortable being away from home?
Yeah, I'm 100% confident, you know. The baby's 100% at home, everyone's good, family's good, so you know, Daddy's just got to do his job now, that's it.
All right, okay. Deontay, we've seen these videos, and I think for fans it's been super exciting, right, to watch you look as motivated and as driven and as hungry as you have done. It's been 20 long months, though, right, that you've been waiting for this moment. Have you allowed your mind and your body a second to kind of step back at any point during that time?
We've been going from day one, since the last outing, you know, it hasn't been no stop. All the delays and all that, you know, has been beneficial for us. You know, we've been continue to carry on. You know, one thing about this camp that I've been able to have all my brothers around me from the start, and we're all together now. You know, so I've been talking about the love that's been around me all this time, and it's been real. It's been amazing for me. You know, when many people thought I was down, depressed, and all that, I can't be. It wouldn't be fair to the people that I have around me to even feel that way. Certain things I didn't even know what was going on in the world. You know what I mean? Because of my focus and my dedication that I've had, you know, and it's just been amazing.
Overtraining is a real thing, though, right? So if they had to pull you back at times?
Overtraining is a real thing, and we've been able to stop at certain times, take breaks certain times, and get back at it. You know, certain things it'll be a little lighter than others, you know, until we're able to get back on track. You know, so everything has been good. I think we've timed everything out perfectly. I think we've done all the right things, and come Saturday night is going to be different.
Do you remember that dog grooming business we had when we were little? If we had the powerful new iPhone 13 Pro and Verizon 5G, we would have been the best dog groomers on Long Island. You were supposed to shave the whole dog, right? Get the new iPhone 13 Pro on us for your business. Plus, we'll help cover the cost of switch, because every business deserves better.
Will Simmons play for the Sixers this year?
I don't believe he will, Skip. I believe he's pretty dug in. He had to understand, and these are all the talks that you have before you make a decision like this. Now, you do understand you're due a bonus of $8.25 million on this date. They're probably going to withhold that. If I sit here and explain this to you, Ben, they're gonna withhold this money. Now, you do realize that they're going to fine you for not playing in these preseason games. Do you understand that? Is that something that you're willing to risk? Are you willing to risk to get up out of there that says, I do no longer want to be a part of the Sixers organization. I no longer want to play with Joel Embiid. Are you willing to risk this? Do you understand what I'm explaining to you, Ben? There's a chance you can lose $15, $20, $30 million by not playing. Are you understanding what I'm saying to you, Skip? That's the way they lay it out. Yep. Any player that holds out, you have to understand. What you do is that you all your money, Skip. You know, when I was thinking about holding out, okay, got all this paid up, got all that paid up, paid the house off for a year, played up. So I'm lining all my ducks up, because if I got to hold out, this is what I need to have happen. Yep. I can assure you, Ben has made some good money. So he probably can withstand a year. What they're hoping is that somebody else gets upset, and it's like, okay, Dame Lillard, come on, we'll trade you Ben Simmons for Dame Lillard. Or Bradley Beal wants out. But I don't see that happening. I don't believe that these reports are true. I believe that they've laid out, Ben Simmons' representative, have laid out the ramifications of him holding out. Mm-hmm. Ben, from what I've been told, Ben has made it abundantly clear. It's not about the money. I want out. 29 other teams other than Philly is where I want to be. Philly's trying to make it about the money. Oh, we're not going to pay you. Okay, fine. I'm not coming. So I believe Ben understands the ramifications of him holding out, understands that he stands a chance to lose a lot of money, but he seems to be devout in what he believes in, and he doesn't want to be there. So this is where we are right now. Both sides seem to be dug in, and it doesn't seem to be getting any traction moving one way or another.
Okay. I hear everything you just said, but my gut feeling remains at some point he will return to play for the Sixers this year.
Oh, I would have returned. I'd have showed up. I'd been like James Harden. I'd have showed up. I might have been a little out of shape. No, I'm going to be professional all the time. I'm going to show up, but I want them to understand that I want to be traded. So I'm going to be professional, Skip. I would not have handled it like Ben is handling it.
Okay. I believe that Ben Simmons, and I do not know him, nor have I been around him, but he comes across as extremely prideful.
Yeah.
Almost to a fault. He is so proud of who he is and what he is as a basketball player, because he's a really good basketball player who has a free throw demon he has not been able to defeat. We've seen him make free throws before. I'm going to hark back to that February 13th game without Embiid at Utah versus Rudy Gobert. He made 12 or 13 free throws. You can't tell me he's incapable of making free throws, because he's very capable. He just got stuck in his head that I can't do it late in games. For whatever reason, we've seen it happen to repeated players in many sports where they just lose it and it's going to require some psychiatry to get him through it. But he's so proud that we always talk during the final.
She worked it up here, and then all I see, she just running past. Oh yeah, smoky stay.
Jada, am I in there?
Thanks for dinner. Thanks for attending.
Yeah, girls will smoke.
Oh, okay. Then that's okay. So hot.
Oh, look who it is. Come in, little puppy. Just in time for snuggles. What? We made that look like.
Because it's like a little bit of a habit, like open the door, let the dog out, with no concern where the dog goes, like. The guy's downstairs cooking, just cute, you know, it's just like, okay, one more thing to do. It's just. This is her baby. I know. This is her baby. Trust me, I know. I spend a lot of time with this dog. A lot of time feeding her, letting her out, letting her in, and fucking playing with her, trying to attend to her. She's our little baby. Here. Don't make her fall.
Sure, just make it up on you, boo. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, DayZ Adventures. Want me to turn this on? TV? Yeah. Leave here earlier. 10 minutes for. But you can start work early like I do, so you can get home earlier.
A little bit earlier at least, right? See, they have receiving at night. And sometimes they still be there long the time that we're there.
Maya, it's too late. Lay your ass down. You can take your time and get in bed, but ain't nobody doing all that. Yeah, make all that noise.
Oh, there's a little try right there. You on Facebook? Old lady died outside of her house. For some reason, I feel like she was 87. Unfortunately, she died with like many other animals dead on the property, and no one found her for days.
Order?
Yeah.
See, bro. Better chill out.
Hundreds of animals. Hundreds, Austin.
Dead animals?
Live. Some dead. Lived with hundreds of animals, cats, dogs, and farm animals at her Blairstown area home for a long time. They were left to fend for themselves after the woman reportedly found dead outside the house late last week. She had died days earlier. Showed the squalid conditions in and around the home. Trash was all over the floor. Furniture scratched bare, and there were decomposed animal remains on the property. Again, that's what they always say about like hoarders and shit. They're like, they'll always like the family members like, you're gonna die in this shit. Like, you really did. You fucking. That's crazy. Oh, well. Anyways, what I was coming to is there's a little try right there. A little rough second puppy. Is that some potatoes I made?
Mm-hmm.
That shit smells good. That's food and dog rescue and recovery dog. How does no one notice that? You know what I mean? Until it's like, well, too late. Way, way too late. Is that Freddy Krueger?
No, Blue Ratchet.
Yeah, he can't see me. I can't get up with me. What's up, man? Sneak up on me like that again, I'm gonna cut this shit out you, nigga. I'm gonna poke the fuck out you with one of these young men.
Yeah,
man. You up in your gunslinger. Now fuck up out of here, little ass boy. Yeah, beat the fuck down, nigga. Running up on Fred like that. Big Fred. Ask about Big Fred. What they talking about? You better ask about Big Fred. This ain't no game.
I hate this
It's
nigga.
just life shit, bro. You ain't waking up unless I say so. I ain't kill niggas. Down in here, I ain't murk niggas. I body niggas. Fuck what they talking about, nigga. You heard of Freddy, nigga. This Elm Street, motherfucker.
Elm Street?
Welcome to my crib, man. Glad to see you can finally make it. You know who I am? It's me, God. You in heaven, bro. Yeah, put your guard down, man. You don't need none of that here. It's all good vibes. I like good vibes. Yeah, I had to put a couple niggas out. They was cutting up. I just got done busting it up with Tupac, Prince, Malcolm X, a couple other motherfuckers. We was all waiting on you, man. We was in the reefer room. It's a room down that way. Unlimited reefers. Smoke whatever you want. And I just had, you know what I mean, some of the best chefs in the world passed away. So they all gonna cook y'all up a little meal. It's going to be, you know, a nice little welcoming gift. Actually, we got to get this done soon because Mike was just having a performance. You ever meet Michael Jackson? All right, come on. That nigga just put on a show for us back there, man. Oh, you going to love this. He came out with that glove. I'm sitting there. I'm like, Mike, go ahead, Mike. Yeah, even I get excited for that, nigga. Everybody love Mike. Yeah, I'm grabbing on him like I'm one of the bitches from back in the day. Why'd you make the choices